This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
I'm Roby Brock. Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. Thank you for joining us. It was a busy day at the state capitol. It was a busy day at the nation's capitol. We'll watch the nomination speeches given by Senators John Boozman and Tom Cotton for Warren Stevens, President Trump's nominee for U.S. Ambassador to the United Kingdom. We'll also talk about the big prison funding debate that took place at the state capitol today. All of this on today's Talk Business and Politics Daily.
Talk Business and Politics Daily is sponsored in part by Impact Management Group and
Power. It's right there, waiting, ready to go when you are. Connect this, click that, unconnect and go every day. Delivered by your electric cooperative. Each unique, always united, and completely local. Born from a mission to provide dependable, sustainable, and affordable power to every corner of Arkansas. And delivering on that promise for a brighter Arkansas every day. It's the local hometown cooperative way. Better connected. It's together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Well, today at the nation's capital in Washington, D.C., before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, U.S. Senators Tom Cotton and John Boozman introduced Warren Stevens, chairman and former CEO of Stevens, Inc. He's President Donald Trump's nominee to be ambassador to the United Kingdom. Here's what Boozman and Cotton had to say.
Good morning to my colleagues. It's an honor to be here today with my friend and colleague, Senator Cotton, to introduce my friend and fellow Arkansan, Warren Stevens, President Trump's nominee for United States Ambassador to the United Kingdom. I would also like to say hi to his family and friends that are here in attendance to support him. We're more than happy to have you. For nearly 4 decades, Warren Stevens has been part of the company founded in 1933 on a handshake by his father and uncle. Since its humble beginnings, Stevens, Inc. has become one of our nation's largest investment banks, not based on Wall Street, and we are proud that its home is still in Arkansas. Under his leadership, the business grew from employing 100 people at one location in Little Rock to now boasting over 1,000 employees in 28 locations domestically, as well as in offices in London and Frankfurt. Throughout his career, Warren has been devoted to the ethic instilled in him by his father and uncle to practice responsible debt management and be prudent and resilient enough to be still in business the next day. That stewardship helped Stevens, Inc. weather the height of the Great Recession and actually add talent rather than lay off employees. In his professional and personal capacities, Warren has been a truly tireless crusader for capitalism, championing its ability to expand opportunity and help others realize the American dream. Over 3 decades in the financial sector, he has rightfully earned a reputation as a thoughtful, respected leader in the U.S. and abroad. He and his family have also distinguished themselves as pillars of Central Arkansas community through a long history of civic and philanthropic engagement. Their efforts have been a driving force for programs that support education and the arts, as well as working to revitalize our state's capital city and enrich the lives of others. I've had the privilege of knowing Warren for many years, and I'm confident he will bring as many talents, skills, and relationships to bear as our ambassador to the United Kingdom. And I'm thankful to President Trump for choosing him to fill this very crucial diplomatic role. His extensive experience and expertise in the private sector and dedication to enhancing the relationship between our two nations will serve him well as he represents America's interest in this critical post. It's clear he's not only qualified, but is extremely well suited to the role. I strongly support his nomination and urge my colleagues to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Boozman. And we know all of us have other commitments. You're welcome to stay, but if you can't, we'll understand. So with that, Senator Cotton.
Thank you, Chairman Risch, Senator Shaheen, and members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Good morning. I'm honored to introduce today a remarkable family man, businessman, philanthropist, patriot, and not least, my friend and fellow Arkansan, Warren Stevens. I've known Warren and his family for many years. I'd like to acknowledge his wife Harriet and his children Miles, John, and Laura, and their spouses for their support during his confirmation process. Along with his family and many other Arkansans who have the privilege to know Warren, I'm pleased to offer my full support for his nomination to serve as the next U.S. Ambassador to the United Kingdom. For centuries, the United States and the United Kingdom have enjoyed what Prime Minister Winston Churchill originally termed a special relationship. This friendship, forged on the front lines of 2 world wars and on the side of freedom during the Cold War, is rooted in our two nations' shared history, culture, and democratic ethos. Our 240-year diplomatic relationship is a bastion for freedom and peace worldwide. Warren is very well suited to deepen and strengthen the bonds with one of our best and oldest allies. Inspired by the example of his father, who graduated from the Naval Academy, Warren has long aspired to serve his country full-time. I'm pleased that President Trump nominated him and that Warren was able to answer the call. This commitment to service has guided Warren throughout his life and his career. At 29, he became president and CEO of Stevens, Inc., a relationship-based, family-owned financial firm that started with a handshake between his father, Jack, and his uncle, Whit. Since succeeding his father in 1986, Warren dedicated himself to building up Stevens in the United States and abroad, including in London, where he has spent considerable time. As the head of Stevens, Warren has dedicated nearly 4 decades to strengthening business relationships throughout the United States and across the Atlantic, while simultaneously forging relationships through service to his community. In recent years, for instance, Warren and Harriet spearheaded a massive multi-year fundraising campaign to transform the Arkansas Art Center into the Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts. The museum now hosts a 14,000-piece permanent collection and features artists from Arkansas and across the United States. Thanks to Warren and Harriet's vision, the museum has become the heart of its community, a place where children and students come to learn, where neighbors and friends gather, and where all those who love art can explore their creativity. Warren is also the chairman and founder of the Jackson T. Stevens Cup, named in honor of his late father. Launched in 2021, the JTS Cup showcases collegiate golfers from NCAA Division I schools, historically black colleges and universities, and the United States Service Academies on the nation's preeminent golf courses. In addition to student athletes, Warren actively supports numerous universities, including his alma mater, Washington and Lee. His dedication to and support for education also extends to the Episcopal Collegiate School in Little Rock, where he serves as chair of the school's foundation board. Time and time again, Warren has answered the call to serve others, and now he has answered the call to serve his country in a critical role at a critical time. Warren has spent a lifetime building and fostering strong relationships with his family, his clients, and his community. I think he's exactly the person America needs to lead our strong, special relationship with the United Kingdom as our next ambassador of the United States to the Court of St. James. Thank you all, and I urge all of my colleagues to join me in supporting Warren's nomination.
Of course, that's one of the plummest appointments in all of the ones that the president gets to make, that appointment to ambassador of the United Kingdom. And of course, Mike Huckabee has been nominated as ambassador to Israel. We'll keep an eye on both of those nominations as they move forward. Votes still to come. When we come back, there was a vote at the state capitol today on Governor Sarah Sanders' $750 million prison funding appropriation. How did it go? Find out after this.
Talk Business and Politics Daily is sponsored in part by Capital Advisors Group and...
In the Navy, I train recruits. At Walmart, I recruit veterans. So many veterans have built their careers here.
Served in the Army for 11 years. I was promoted 4 times. Been with Walmart 9 years. I've been promoted 5 times.
I started as an hourly associate, and now I run the store.
430,000 veterans hired in the last decade. That's more than serving in the U.S. Navy today. There's no better place for veterans to work.
Connection. It's the heart of what we do. It's why we work to better the communities where we live and work. It's why we're expanding to get people connected and create digital equity programs that support affordable internet and digital literacy. We're leaders for positive change. From the way we empower our people, clients, and communities to the way we care for our planet. We live our values every day. We're Cox Communications, and we're pleased to connect with you.
Well, the Arkansas Senate had a marathon session today, but the two heaviest lifts came early in the day as senators debated a prison funding appropriation bill and a state employee pay plan. Well, the Arkansas State Senate on Tuesday defeated an appropriation bill that would have provided $750 million in spending authority for the Department of Corrections to build a new state prison in Franklin County. The Senate vote on Senate Bill 354 was 19 votes for the measure, with 10 opposed. 2 senators did not vote, 4 voted present. The bill needed 27 votes, or 3/4 approval, to pass. All appropriation bills require a 3/4 vote of both chambers before being sent to the governor. Governor Sarah Sanders supports the bill and has called on a new 3,000-bed state prison with as many as 800 workers to be built in Franklin County near Charleston. A vocal number of local residents and elected officials have opposed the new prison in the remote section of the Ozark County. After the failed prison appropriation vote, senators debated a bill updating the state employee pay plan. Senate Bill 392 by Senator Breann Davis of Russellville would restructure job categories for state employees, set new classification levels, provide career advancement paths, and outline student loan programs via agency rules to help advance employment opportunities. The measure outlines pay raises for about 16,000 state employees to bring their salary schedules up to current labor market rates. About 6,000 state employees would not see pay raises, although they would be eligible for performance bonuses because their salary scales are already in balance with market rates. The bill passed with 22 votes, while 7 voted against and 6 voted present. The subsequent emergency clause was adopted with 29 votes. The bill now heads to the House for consideration. Look for more on that prison funding fight in the next couple of days. I wouldn't be surprised to see a vote happen every single day until they get the votes that they need. They'll be trying to bend some members to their will on that. You can keep up with all of the latest stories on things happening at the state capitol at our website at talkbusiness.net. That's all for today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you next time.